What is going on, everyone out there in the blogosphere? It's Coffee back at it, man. Day one of the NFL draft is in the books, and as always, I want to chop it up and coffee talk, draft talk with y'all. That's what we do over here. If you didn't know when you're new, we coffee talk it up on music, news, sports, and more. So hit them comments and hit that sub button. Do you like who your team selected? Were you right and you knew who the pick was going to be, or you were way off with your mock draft? Any picks that jump way up the draft board and surprised you or fell way back or weren't even selected in round one and you were like, damn, I thought that dude was going round one for sure? Comment. Let's talk about it. Any players that where they were selected, you just peeping the scene out like, man, that's going to be a good fit. They're going to make some noise over there for their respective squad. Tap in. Let me know. You know, I always got to hear from the people over here. That's what we do on Coffee Talk. But we got a lot to talk about, man. So we just got to get right to it, man. Patrick Mahomes, obviously a dude that far exceeded expectations when it was draft day for him. Like, don't get me wrong, there was teams eyeing Mahomes, but he's taken it to another level since he's been in the NFL. And it's always wild as a Bills fan whenever you talk Mahomes, the draft, etc. You know, the Bills traded that pick to the Chiefs that they selected Mahomes with. But I love my quarterback, Josh Allen. He's the truth. I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, when it came draft day for him, no one wanted to believe in Allen. They're like, the scouts all like, oh, he's got a cannon. He throws for an arm, laser beam passes. He's athletic, but he's has accuracy problems. He's not an NFL prototypical player. He's inconsistent, this, that, and the third. And obviously, Josh proved all the scouts wrong. He's one of the top QBs in the league. That's my quarterback, right? Bills Mafia. Any Bills Mafia out there, drop a Bills Mafia in the comments, for real. Like, that's the rivalry, man. Bills, Chiefs, Allen, Mahomes. We got him, you know, last season, regular season. Or actually, we got him the last two regular seasons, I believe. I mean, I know that don't matter when it comes to the playoffs or whatever, but Josh is the truth. We're going to get that ring. That's the rivalry. But it's just interesting, as everyone knows, Mahomes went to Texas Tech, and he's peeping out everything going on draft day, just like the rest of us. And another Texas Techian out there went to the same school as Mahomes, was drafted by his rival, right? And it's funny. Mahomes sent him a message ASAP. You know, Mahomes loves the competition. Like I was just saying, Bills, Chiefs, Allen, Mahomes. I love the rivalry. I love the competition. But now Mahomes is going to have some competition with another Texas Tech player right in his own division 2 times a year. And not just that, it's an edge rusher who's going to be on his bumper trying to sack him, as the Raiders took Tyree Wilson, who many had as the #1 edge rusher in the whole draft on their draft board. Let me know if you did. Let me know what you think about this pick. But it's funny, right? He tweets me. He says, "Take it easy on me, big dog, Tyree Wilson 77. Congrats, though." And then someone quotes the tweet and responds and says, "Yo, Patrick is a stand-up guy, not hating on the new Raiders edge rusher who's gonna sack him multiple times next season." Then someone else says, "Oh, there will be exactly none of this noise. He coming, watch your back." Like, there's going to be none of this taking it easy on you, Mahomes. I mean, obviously, Mahomes is clowning. He knows what it is. He's just showing some love, cracking some jokes. And then someone else responded and said, the late, great Al Davis once said, the quarterback must fall hard. So, any Raiders fans out there, are you amped for this pick? I don't get it with the Raiders, man. They definitely got some talent, but they just ever can't see. I talk to a lot of Raiders fans all the time, and it just seems like they can't seem to get it together. Recently, I mean, they got some talent. A couple of years ago, they were looking pretty good, but they just can't put a whole season together. And even back with, remember the year? I think it was the year the Bills broke the drought. Was that 17 or 18? I think that was the year Lynch came back out of retirement. Raiders made a lot of noise, made a lot of big signings, and they just couldn't cut the mustard. I don't know. What are you going to do? But the Chiefs themselves also took an edge rusher with their #1 pick, and I hope I'm saying homie's name correctly, Felix Anudike Uzuma. I probably butchered his name. But divisional rivals, both taking edge rushers. Let me know what y'all think about it. Any fans too, comment if you're a fan in that division. I definitely want to hear from y'all as well, man. Last year, my take was that division was going to be the most competitive, exciting division of football with Dangerous going there, Like, obviously, they already got Mahomes and Herbert. Carr was there, but now he's up out of there. And Russell Wilson going there. I was like, man, that's going to be some exciting football in the AFC West. And it wasn't, to say the least. But I don't know, this year, obviously, Raiders got a new QB. I mean, Russell Wilson had a bad season. He definitely ain't no buster. This we know. So, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about it all. But speaking of quarterback play and all that, obviously, everyone knows this, even if you ain't really a football fan. The #1 overall pick, Carolina, takes quarterback Bryce Young out of Bama, as they've had big struggles at the QB position. And I don't know, man. Lately, Bama's really been having some good quarterback play in the NFL. Obviously, Jalen Hurts, the truth, he did the damn thing, man. Just got that huge contract. Tua definitely, improved a lot last year. But I don't know. I'm not a big Tua guy, man. I mean, obviously, the Dolphins is my rivals and all that. But Tua showed he's better than I thought he was. But I don't know. Plus, those concussions, man, I was really shocked to see Tua's coming back this season. But tap in. Let's talk about it.
I think that now you can get to football, right? You can start to really build your team a little bit more if you're Baltimore. Now, you look at it, obviously, they went out and signed Odell Beckham Jr., a 1-year, $15 million deal with upside to $18 million. That was a deal that a lot of teams would not have given Odell Beckham Jr. A lot of folks around the NFL said that's too much money to give OBJ. But if that deal helped grease the wheels for this deal for Lamar Jackson, if Philadelphia getting Jalen Hurts deal done as early as they did, then that can help things. And so when you look at it through those lenses, what you ultimately have is Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens being able to kumbaya, and as we are here on the draft, maybe a trade for DeAndre Hopkins now that you have some cap space. So that is something to now be on the lookout for. And then lastly, the Baltimore Ravens tonight, they're on the clock at pick number 22. Have to imagine the Ravens with only 5 draft picks this draft, that they're going to have that up for auction, trade back, assemble some more draft picks so that they can ultimately figure out this trade for Hopkins. I think that now you can get to football, right? You can start to really build your team a little bit more if you're Baltimore. Now, you look at it, obviously, they went out and signed Odell Beckham Jr., a 1-year, $15 million deal with upside to $18 million.
Now, ain't that something, man? It's so crazy when it comes to QB contracts. Jalen Hurts, that was the big news. Record-setting contract. And then now Lamar Jackson, who's his own agent, I really thought that was a big part of the problem with the negotiations and everything, as they just couldn't come to terms, franchise tag and all that. But what do you know? Lamar, highest paid player, and did it with no agent. Man, shout out to Lamar Jackson. That is huge. But you heard that report there. As I'm a Bills fan and I've been making a lot of videos talking about DeAndre Hopkins. I really want to get him in Buffalo. It really seems like he wants to come to Buffalo. As there's a video I did the other day about a recent interview. He just kept name dropping Buffalo. It was like, yo, it was like a rap verse where a rapper's throwing subliminals out there or something, like, hey, so what are you saying? You want to sign with Buffalo? Hey, I'm just saying some things or whatever. I don't know, but now these reports with Lamar's deal done and the way the money is structured, they're saying they got the cap space to try to make a trade for DeAndre Hopkins. And obviously they just signed OBJ. I want him in Buffalo, right? Stephon, DeAndre, it'd be huge. Get us that extra boost I think we need. But hey, I don't know. Maybe the Ravens will try to make a play for him. I was surprised nothing went down last night, as with all these trade talks, many were theorizing we would see something done with like a package with a draft pick, and something happened on draft day with Hopkins. But I don't know. Y'all let me know what you guys think.
Andre Hopkins is out there. He was on a podcast with Patrick Peterson, Brian McFadden, and he wouldn't answer exactly where he wanted to go. He just kind of gave facial recognitions, and the Bills were definitely up there. How nice would it be to have a guy like him on your team, and could he be the difference maker for you guys?
It'd be great. It'd be great to have great players on your team, especially, my boys, especially like an Odell Beckham. Odell went to, the Ravens, or DeAndre Hopkins. Both of these are my guys, man. So, it just means a little bit more when your guys have opportunity to play for, a team that you're on, man. And it's not like, I'm trying to, it's not like I'm on to. We got a great team. We got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Dawson Knox, Damian Harris, James Cook, Josh Allen, offensive line got better as well. Deion Dawkins is already one of the best left tackles in the league. And then we had, Connor McGovern, right about, Mitch Morris. We got Spencer Brown back. And we got a great team. We had Gabe Davis and DeAndre Hopkins on that list, man. That'll put us over the top. So he knows, and he knows we want to be there, and we know he wants to be a Buffalo Bill. But there's so many different things that go into to really making those things happen. But I feel like we're in a good position to get it done.
So you heard Von, right? He's talking about he knows DeAndre wants to be a Buffalo Bill. And another video I did some days ago, man, Diggs and Hopkins, some of the stuff they were putting on social media was almost like saying a deal was in the works. I don't know. I'm really on the edge of my seat watching this one. I mean, last year, Von kept talking about OBJ coming to Buffalo, and it didn't happen. But I'm not tripping off that, honestly. Bills fans, let me know what y'all think. But between Von saying it, that sounds like he spoke to DeAndre and he wants to come to Buffalo. That interview the other day where he kept name dropping the Bills and all the love and respect he's got for Buffalo. Like, the interviewer even was like, damn, what's going on here? I'll pin those videos below if y'all want to check them out. And then the stuff him and Diggs were posting, I really think it's in the works. I really do. Hell, maybe we could see something go down tonight. Day 2 of the draft. But for all my Bills fans, we got another tight end, right? Dawson Knox, hell of a tight end. Now we got Dalton, Kincaid. And it's crazy, too, because it's like Dawson, Dalton. I don't know. They just sound like they would hang out together or something. And you see in the highlights, man, he's got some serious speed. A lot of the scouts and NFL analysts, college football analysts are like, yo, this dude is a tight end, but he's almost like a wide receiver. You see him catching some screens and stuff like that. Hell, remember when the Patriots, I hate even saying their name, man, is obviously, as a Bills fan, they're a heated rival of mine. I've always said I even hate mentioning Belichick or Brady, that they're like Satan to me in the Patriots, but obviously that's a different era of Patriots football. That era is over. They're trying to rebuild. But, I always got to give them props when props is due. And when they had Gronk and Hernandez, 2 tight ends, the different sets they would line up out there, like 2 really skilled tight ends who can catch. I mean, that's huge for an offense. And obviously, Buffalo, we're a pass-first team. I like this pick. I like what I'm seeing. All my fellow Bills Mafia that I've seen reacting to it are high on this pick as well. So, of course, tap in and comment on that. But this is wild, man. Cole Beasely, former Buffalo Bill. I just did a video the other night about Cole getting into it with some Bills Mafia members, man. Like, Cole's wild. He really is, man. I fuck with Cole. I was so happy to see him come back last season, but he's always going in on Twitter. And I don't know. He according to him, he said the Jets are on our bumper, that it's way closer to the competition. Like, listen, Rodgers is there. I'm not tripping. The AFC East still runs through Buffalo. But anyways, listen to what Cole Beasely said. Sal Capaccio, longtime Bills sports analyst, right? He says, elite hands, really good route runner, great feel, great instinct. This was a quote of Brandon Bean, Big Baller Bean, on Kincaid. And then he says he's basically Cole Beasely. Cole Beasely in a tight end's body. Cole responds and says, please don't compare me to any tight end. LOL. And I don't know. It's like, that's a compliment, but I don't know. Did Bees take it? I don't know. Well, Bees is so wild. You never know if he's throwing a shot or a jab, but from his recent antics and jabs that he was kind of exchanging with some members of Bills Mafia, it just seems odd to me. I don't know. I wonder what's going to happen with Cole. You know, he was telling some Bills Mafia the other day, like, oh, if I had a whole camp and I was out there, this, that, and the third, like, I would tear it up. I'd be I'm the best slot receiver on that team by a long shot. And it's like, well, I don't know. If you are going to play wherever you're going to play, you should make that happen so you can have a full camp with that team. I mean, I would like to see Cole come back, but with these players, kind of like with OBJ, I mean, obviously he's coming off an injury, but I hate when you see guys who are vets, right? And they want to come in and sign right before the season starts or sign somewhere mid-season or something like that. Like, I don't know. That's whack to me. I mean, I get it. Some of these guys got big names and, you know, they're very respected, their talent level. And the older you get, you want to spend more time off the football field and rest your body and everything like that. But that's part of being with the team, is being out there for the offseason. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. Man, you guys remember Anquan Bolden with the Bills? I got to make a video on that. Signed him super late. And then I don't even want to talk about that. But I don't know. That's going to pretty much do it for this one. A lot going on. Day one of the draft in the books. I know this is a long-ass video, but that's what I do. Like I say, I just like to coffee talk it up. I got to get them words out there. I got to express myself in the blogosphere. And you express yourself in them comments. Let's talk it up. Like I said in the beginning, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more content, daily videos, talking music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. And don't miss those live streams where you can actually call in and coffee talk it up with coffee, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. I'll be back with more. Have a great day, y'all. Peace.